Webb, interview 1. How well did you get on with Lily?
Great. We were not only neighbours, we were friends as well.
That's strange. More than one person has told me you didn't get along at all.
Nonsense. Why wouldn't we?
Maybe because you're having an affair with your husband?
Well, that was old news, and Lily and I had mended our fences. If we weren't exactly friends, we were at least civil with one another.
It seems you weren't that civil around 5 p.m. on the day Lily was murdered. What were the two of you fighting about in the study?
The house. I didn't want her to sell to that developer. If he tore down the manor and put up cheaper housing, the value of my house, of my property, would go through the floor. I told her during lunch it was a bad idea, but her dingback sister kept telling her to sell. It was selfish of Lily not to consider others who would be affected by the sale, and I came back to tell her so. Who's giving you all this information anyway? I bet it's that old mean housekeeper. I could tell you a thing or two about her, old bat.
Like what? No, I'm listening.
Well, I have a perfect view from my house into many of the rooms at the manor, and I guarantee she's stolen more than one thing from Lily's purse. I've also seen her sitting around watching TV when Lily's out and she's supposed to be working. She even nicked something from Lily's medicine cabinet the day she died. Lord knows what else she's defiled.
Could you see what she took from the medicine cabinet?
I don't know. Looked like a bottle of sleeping pills or something. She probably finds it hard to sleep with all that thievery on her conscience.
Do you know what time that was?
Yes, it was between 3 and 3:30 because I was on the phone talking with my publisher then, and I like to stand at the window while I'm talking.
Did you see anything else that might be useful?
Well, I think Matthew and Kelly might be up to something. When I was gardening in the morning, I saw the two of them in the study together. They were arguing. Kelly was pointing to something on the desk or computer. It's hard to tell. I heard Matthew shout something about jewellery. That seemed to shut her up.
Jewellery? Do you know if Lily has a lot of jewellery?
No, actually. She hated the stuff. When she found out about me and Joe, I suggested he buy some expensive jewellery to soften her up. He told me he didn't like it and she didn't have any. She didn't even like to wear her wedding ring.
So, do you have any idea what it might be about?
How would I know?
I thought maybe Matthew couldn't find it. A little pillow talk, perhaps?
Oh, so you know about that. My husband is away a lot, and I'm still a young woman. What do you expect? Anyway, it's nothing serious. He's a bit of an arrogant jerk, actually. Bit cute.
So you don't know what jewellery he was talking about?
No, but I did see them together later. They were leaving the gazebo as I was leaving my meeting with Lily. They looked quite friendly then, so I guess whatever they were arguing about was over.
Did you see where they went?
She went back to reading on the porch. She probably went to the garden shed, but I didn't actually see that. He spends an awful lot of time in there, placing bets on his phone probably, or goofing off. Honestly, he's worse than Annabelle when it comes to work. He's at my place at least 3 times a week when he's supposed to be working. Lily must have known. She was a self-righteous pain in the butt, but she wasn't stupid. I'd have fired them both.
Did you see anyone else in the gazebo?
Just the developer. He was in there most of the early afternoon, I think.
Did you see anything else I should know about?
Yes. I was getting ready for dinner and I saw Kelly packing up her things on the porch. But instead of going inside, she went towards the pool house. I don't know if she went in or not. It was too far away for me to tell. I could see the lights were on in the pool house though.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, you're free to go.